more about Naoto shadow combos. Basically, with regular Naoto, it's just like you want to use it to just secure Fate kills. So I guess I'll talk about the Fate mechanic now, since we're on Fate. Moves that really focus on Fate gauge. So as you can see, both Naotos have 0 Fate, and their skull counter is red. So if you were to hit an opponent with either Hamon or Mudon, which I will show afterwards, well, I might as well show it now. That's Mudon. Both Hamon and Mudon have the same property where if your opponent's skull counter is at 0 and it's red, like this, because you can have a Fate counter that's gray and still say 0. It needs to be red for this to work. If it is red, Hamon and Mudon become instant kills. No matter how much life you have, that will kill you. As you saw, I just did 10,500 damage, which is Shadow Naoto's maximum health. So, one dynamic of Naoto's game is she can hit you with certain moves that just take away your Fate. So I guess I'll just show a list of moves. Like traps take 4, 2C takes 1. The 5th shot, like if you did a whole string of gunshots, the last one will take 1. 6D takes 1. SB 6D, well 6CD takes 2. Charge 2C takes 2. The follow up to throw takes 1. DP the blast burst takes 3. The forward shot, like basically this move but DP version of it, takes 2 as well. I already showed that shotgun takes 6. So you can intentionally do combos. Okay, so I'll talk about how these moves work in combos. So like I said before, so like this takes 2, right? And like so in vanilla, the way comboing into moves that take multiple Fate away worked was only the first move that takes Fate away would take Fate. Like I could do, like, let's say I did 2C and I comboed you into D-Trap, like only the 2C would take Fate away. The D-Trap would not. In this version, so I'll just demonstrate a combo, right? So that took 1 Fate away. So remember how I showed that D-Trap takes 4 away? Comboing into the D-Trap only took 1 away. So basically, Naoto can combo Fate in such a way that they'll keep taking, like, if you keep hitting people with Fate, moves that take away Fate, like, it'll take 1 each. But only the first move takes the original amount of Fate that it would usually. So if I started this combo with D-Trap, then I would, like, let's say I comboed into a C-Trap, the D-Trap would still take 4, but then the C-Trap take 1. Anything after the first move that takes Fate away only does 1 Fate. The only exception to this move is Shotgun. Shotgun takes 6 Fate no matter what. So I did 2C and I just did Shotgun. I'll just show it again. So that was 1, Shotgun takes 6, down to 12. So that is how that works now. So there are combo routes where you can just demolish their Fate counter just by comboing into stuff. One special thing to note is, you see how I have 1 bullet left in my clip? This move will take 3. That was not SB gunshot or anything. SB gunshot, well, SB shots in general take 3 or 2. Yeah, they take 2 each. Yeah, so if you use the SB version of these, those take 2. But if you just saved 1 bullet in your clip, it'll take 3. So yeah, by comboing into those moves enough, you can deplete the opponent's Fate gauge quickly and you will be able to take advantage of Hamon and Mudon's ability to instant kill. So I'll just show Mudon instant killing. The nice thing about Mudon also is, for whatever reason, they changed it so that Mudon is now air unblockable. So I'll set the dummy to try to block. Oops. Yellow exclamation point. If you remember what I said earlier, how my 2B was air unblockable, Mudon's also air unblockable. So yeah. You can set silly gimmicks and tricks to catch people in the air with that. Usually people get really scared when they have 0 fate and they don't want to stay on the ground too much, so they'll like jump around, try to like not stay on the ground so you can hit them cleanly. If you notice that they just used up all their air movement, you just Mudon them. That's the entire like fog. That's hitbox. Anywhere along that fog, you'll kill them. And you can combo into Hamon and Mudon pretty easily. Like let's take throw. Oops, I dropped it. Dead. Look how far that hit. At the very tip. Very tip of the attack, I killed him. You can do like really burst safe ways to kill someone. Like that's unburstable. I guess I'll show it with S.Naoto. Like if you look at the burst icon, oops, I messed up. Like her burst was X'd out there, so that's just completely unburstable. Regular Naoto can just one more burst, and that's entirely burst safe. Like if you have 0 fate and regular Naoto like does anything into a one more burst, you're pretty much dead. Like 5A into that, well that doesn't even combo, but like that, dead. Like you can't burst that. The Hamon will hit you, like no matter what. So that's a dangerous thing that Naoto has in general. Aside from that, like Mudon's not very special. This move it's just air unblockable. It's pretty slow and it just covers most of the top screen. Like as you see, if you're on the ground, Mudon will not hit you, but Hamon can hit you. So in this situation, like I said, this is plus 73, right? Let's say I mixed you up. I'll just use this with S.Naoto. So let's say I made you block Mudon, like Hamon. Oops, I didn't block the mix-up right. Let me try that again. Thought you were gonna go low. Oops, I died. I killed you off of JA. That is how S.Naoto wins most of her matches. By putting you in that situation and killing you. But I'll show the recipe to get there shortly. Next thing we're going to talk about is Naoto's Awaken skills. Her Awaken SB attack. Basically, when you knock Naoto below like 35% health, this only applies to regular Naoto, mind you. Like, just Awakening, not so much the super. So let's see. I'm at 36, yeah. So at 36 health, not so much health, but 36% health, I don't get Awakening. At 35 exactly is Awakening. So as you saw, like the screen flashes red, and I get a larger meter. Again, this only applies to regular Naoto. But in this state, I have access to Raid, which is this super. S.Naoto does not have Awakening, but she always has access to all her supers and all her attacks. But she doesn't get the added bonus of an extra 50 meter, and she doesn't get the defensive modifier bonus that Awakening gives you. But anyway, let's just assume for the sake of this tutorial that I just have Awakening at 100% health, because why not? So, back to Raid. This move is incredibly fast. That is 4 frame startup. 4 frame startup. And then 4 frames plus 1. So, altogether this interaction, like if I shoot immediately after I do the super, it's a 5 frame kind of like situation. It's 4 plus 1 basically. assuming this is point blank, because you also have to take into consideration that the bullet takes time to travel across the screen. But like, if I was point blank, that's like 5 frames. Can't input shots for raid. Oh no, here we go. There's a note. It's 4 plus 6. Sorry, it's just the shots come out in 1 frame. Startup. But you input shots 6 frames after the super flash, so it's 4 plus 6, so it's a 10 frame thing. So both the A and B versions are the same for raid. It's just preference how you want to input it. So there's 2 follow-up shots you can do. This is just her A gunshots. They do a lot of damage each, as you see. Like, well, A you have a maximum of 3 shots. SB you can do up to 5 shots. They just do a lot of damage. 2, kick. If you're using the regular versions like A or B, you only have access to 3 shots. Then before you kick. Moves 1 through 19 frames invul, so it is a reversal, very fast. So like I was saying about the difference between gunshots, you can also use B shots. Let me turn their fate back to normal. So this move also takes fate. Each one of these shots takes 1 fate, but as you see, does pitiful damage. Like, you get absolutely no damage for using B shots. This is only like, you only use it if you know, oh, they have like no health. They still have some fate, so let me be optimal and let me take some fate away before I kick them. That's when you use it. But in general, in this version of the game, A-shot's the way to go, because look how much more damage you get. Like, I just did like 3,000, no problem for that. So that's kind of ideal. That's what you want to do. So SV shots, like I said, this does, you do 5 shots, up to 5 shots, and then you kick. It does quite a bit more. That super is more important for Shadow Naoto than it is for regular Naoto. You won't really be using the SB version. Usually A and B versions are good enough for her, because the damage difference is pretty negligible. So I should talk about this. So this kick portion is called critical shot. It's done by hitting the C or D button while you're in raid. So while you're like doing this, at any point you hit the C or D button and then you get that. This move, so let me set the dummy on counter hit, because I want to see something real quick. I think the wiki is incorrect. It's saying the D version's fatal counter. I think they just mean SB. Yeah, SB gives you a fatal counter starter. B version just gives you a counter hit starter. Yeah, so that's the difference. This move, so if you cancel the startup of raid, so I'm going into that, right? You cancel it immediately into the kick, the super becomes 4 plus 3 during the super flash. If you do it outside of it, it's 9 plus 3. And this move just does massive amounts of damage. It's like Naoto's most like hardest hitting starter. It's just not very good as a combo starter because it's P2, but you can kill people off like SB raid fatal starter. Like, that did like 1/3 of Shadow Naoto's health. If this was regular Naoto, that'd do like half my health. So that move alone, and you can easily combo after it, like no problem. Like, I'll demonstrate right now. Like, look at all his damage. Like, I did 8.1k to you. I mean, I used up all my resources, but that's a lot of damage. Because there was also poison to that, so I did more like almost 9k. It's almost a 9k combo. And that was very easy, very bare bones basic combo. And I did it from mid-screen and it nearly killed you. So most characters don't even have the same health that S.Naoto does, so a lot of characters would have actually died from this. I know Naoto would have died from that, would have one-shot her. So those are just cool things to keep in mind, of course. Last move we'll talk about is her useless instant kill. So basically, this only works, basically each one of those turrets is unblockable. So you have to walk into one of those for that to like kill you. You can easily just avoid it. Like, this used to hit people a lot like day one because no one knew what the hell was happening. Now everyone knows, just don't stand on a turret and you're fine. Basically it. You never use this instant kill. It's probably the worst instant kill in the game. Just don't do it. It's dumb. You can't even really troll anyone with this, so just don't do it. Also, fun fact, S.Naoto cannot use this instant kill. It doesn't do anything for her at all anyway, so yeah, there you go. That is all the moves in Naoto's arsenal. We covered all that. Because this tutorial is going to be so retardedly long, I'm going to cut the stream and I will make a part 2 focusing on combos. Yeah, actually, should I even make a combo guide? Yeah, I guess I will. So I will cut the stream and I will make a combo guide, which I'll link in the description because I think YouTube has like a 2-hour limit, so yeah.